So you mentioned some terms, as-built, construction progress, facilities management. If I work for a large commercial client company, perhaps even one of the kinds of brands or categories that you mentioned, why should I even be thinking about Matterport scanning for as-built, for example? What's the benefit?
So the real benefit is what you're really looking for is uniformity in the way you're getting the deliverable to make sure that you can compare apples to apples. So if you were to say, like, the typical way of hiring a surveyor to go out there, you're probably hiring 40 different surveyors that do things 40 different ways, and you're getting a hodgepodge of information. So what your expectation is and the reality kind of moves, job to job, site to site. When you're getting a Matterport digital twin, you are getting that same baseline. And then how we create our as-built of leveraging part of that Matterport as-built and the point cloud that it provides with the additional layering of our measurements and key work, we can do this at a faster pace, a better rate, and that sameness of what your expectation is. So when you're starting to get information the same way, and you're looking at more information than you had before, the way you can come up with the strategy changes, the way you can really keep on schedule, like you have more confidence in knowing what that is. And all of those things are tied to dollars and cents. And the way you're able to really hit those marks of, trying to, save some time and money. This is a great service for you for that.
And what would be some examples of how you save money with either as-built or weekly construction documentation, for example?
Yeah, so the construction documentation one is twofold. One, are you usually sending someone from corporate on site to audit the work the general contractor is doing, right? They give you a schedule, they tell you what's going to be done, and maybe they give you before and the progress photos, which might be just looking exactly where they want you to look at and not see what's behind them or anything else. So you do get that audit in that sense. So it forces better communication with the GC. So then you know what the schedule is and knowing if you're keeping on it or not, because you can use the tools that are in the Matterport, like the ruler. You can zoom in to take the photos. You can communicate directly on that with the Matter tags and talk to the GC. So you can do all of those things without having to be there. So you can be doing this scan, getting it the next day, and giving it to the GC of any feedback there needs to be, which really keeps the continuity, because the main thing, what you don't want to do is to put a stop order or a change order. So the faster you can get information and, the better communication you're going to get. Overall, those construction prices and costs go way down. And then on top of that, you didn't have to waste, 2 days of travel to get there.